any person's popularity is judged by the turnout at either their book launches, their funerals, or their weddings. I'm glad that it's a book launch and we can see how much Jaya is loved by all her friends. Members of the press, thank you so much for covering this event, and I can promise you it's going to be very, very special. Now, most of us here are admirers of Jaya's work. We are admirers of her feminist, fiery ideology, the person she is, her freedom of spirit, and of course her storytelling skills. And for many years we've seen her put together this wonderful labor of love. For 5 years we've seen her traverse the country, putting down her thoughts, researching all the material, to put down all the characters along with her imagination in this wonderful piece of work that is about to be unleashed to the world today. When I first got to read, one of the lucky few who actually managed to get my hands onto the first print of the book, I read it, and I can safely say I haven't been paid to say it, right? Ajay Mago from Home Books. I was fully hooked. It was unputdownable. And as soon as I finished reading the book, I told Jaya I'm going to put down what I'm thinking right now because I may not feel the same a little later. And I'd really like to read out what my first thoughts after reading the book are. My husband's told me I quote myself is the wrong way to go, but I'm quoting myself. Okay. So here's what I wrote. The words reach out from the pages to softly envelop you and soothing embrace. Gently coax you into the tale they're telling you. And you step along, willing, even eager. Soon you realize the silken bonds have turned into steel wires that hold you prisoner, unable, even reluctant to escape. And when at last you manage, or more likely are rudely shaken into the real world outside it, you're startled. You blink uncertainly, like a man or a woman locked inside a dark room might when he opens the door to sunlight. And for a few lovely dazed moments, you're lost in that delightful twilight zone between the story and real life. And then, with a shake of your head to clear your thoughts, you return to the world. And that's when you know you've been reading Karma. This is a book that is going to thank you. There's a writer in all of us yet. This is a book you will start, you're privy to have it tonight, start reading it tonight. And before I go any further and introduce you to the lovely author of the book, I think it's time to call on stage the man of the moment, the publisher, Ajay Mago of Books International.
Thank you, Mini. Thank you all for getting this evening off to such a great start. I see many friends in front, and hopefully, by the end of the evening, I shall have added many more to my list. So it is safest to start with good evening, everyone. It's great to see you all here. I'm delighted to welcome our guest of honor this evening, Arshad Warsi, Ekta Kapoor, and Kabir Khan, each an inspiration in the field. Now for a confession, I never thought for the life of me that I would get to publish this fictionalized biography of the great Vatsayan. He and the Kama Sutra have been such an inspiration to all of us at some stage of our life. Am I right? So I am putting down Kama coming to me as part of my great karma. It all started a few years back at Maria's and Arshad's place at an early hour while a small crowd at the dinner table was packing in food and of course the drinks that come with the turf. Maria introduced a friend to me with, "Hey, meet my publisher Ajay Mago." And then she says, "Hey, this is my friend Jaya Misra. She's writing something on the chap who put together the Kama Sutra." And I recall the first mention of the book by Maria in Bhutan. That was the time we met. Immediately my interest shifted from the food and beverage, and Jaya and I got talking. Such was Jaya's confidence in her writing that when I asked her to send me something or read something out to me immediately, she gaped at me and said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Of course I'm that serious." The idea was brilliant. The person to come up with it had to have an outstanding imagination. So Jaya fumbled through her phone and held us in thrall for the next 30 minutes, reading out bits and pieces. Maria, I cannot thank you enough for stretching your dinners into breakfast, because some of the finest connects between authors and publishers happen at those auspicious hours in between. Jaya, many here today would agree with me that Karma has turned out to be a riveting read on several accounts. My editors wouldn't want to get on with another project because of the erotic bits in the book. They were not doing anything else but this book. The designer wouldn't let go of the cover because of Harshvardhan Kadam's fabulous interpretation of the mood of Kama Sutra. Fortunately, the formatting person decided not to read, or else the book will never go for press. So ladies and gentlemen, the book is finally here. Thank you, Jaya, for telling all of us how erotic writers are compiled. Thank you, Mini, for carrying forward the evening in your style. Where else but in Jalwa should this book would have been launched? Priyank Sukrija, you and your team are just such welcoming and warm hosts. So dear friends, it's Karma at Jalwa. Go for it and enjoy yourself. Back to Mini. Thank you.
Woo-hoo! It's so nice when the publishers are also interesting. Usually it's just the writers. But this was great. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time now to welcome the woman of the moment. Someone we all know is a great storyteller, a very bold writer of wonderful television fiction. She's been a producer, she's written series, she's directed sports shows. I mean, anything that I say will run into a big resume. So let's just put our hands together and welcome our very dear friend, the author of Karma, Jaya Misra. Okay, Jaya, would you like to sit or stand? Oh, yes. Okay.
Just I'm a very nervous speaker.
We will proceed to have a shot a little later. Does this light make us look very scary? Because like this is supposed to be sensual and erotic. No?
Todd, trust me.
That's a bit scary. Can we have this down? Okay, so there are a whole lot of, see, I read the book and I have a lot of questions about the book. But I think we'll just start, Jaya, by asking you, everyone said a lot about the book. But I just want to know, it's 2018. As a modern fiction writer, how did you end up choosing what science life to write about? I mean, there was a whole world stretching out, but you chose to set your book in 274 AD about the life of Vatsayan. How did this happen?
So just imagine, here's this man, 2,000 years ago, who takes like 7 erotic texts, compiles them into one incredible book, Kama Sutra, and which is now in 2018 one of the most googled words. Kama Sutra is the most googled word, and yet nobody knows anything about Vatsayan. There's very, very little known about him historically, and that just left the canvas so open for a writer like me to imagine who was this man, what motivated him to write this book. So I guess I was just consumed by my research on Vatsayan, and I just thought, flew out.
Okay, so your backdrop is obviously full of history. You have a very real backdrop, but there are also references to Indian mythology and figures from there. But all the characters in your book, are they entirely fictional? I mean, have they all been born out of your own imagery?
All the characters are fictional. The entire book is fictional. In fact, a lot of my friends who've been early readers, especially Maria, who's beaten me up because she heard the first 3 chapters and then I didn't know what else I'm writing, so she beat me up completely. But basically, yes, I've cooked them all up, I admit. And I just thought that the research that I did was on the background of the book, because the date of birth, Vatsyayan's date of birth is under shrouds, right? There's about 600 years of mystery.
And there's not much written about him in any case.
Nothing, not a lot except that he sort of wrote this in Varanasi, all around North India. So, I just thought of basing this in 273 AD, which is about 100 years before the Golden Gupta period. So, when I began to imagine that period, I thought about it must have been a very depraved, debauched times where the early Guptas were sort of land grabbing, throwing their fiefdom into this large Gupta dynasty, which would have, a lot would be written about it after 100 years. But the growth of it, there's not much written, right? So I decided that I would base this extremely sophisticated, witty book, which he's written, Kama Sutra, at a very barbaric time when he was born, juxtaposing both,
I think that's what brings about the wonderful set, oxymoronic setting that you have. Now, I've noticed that each character in your book, it symbolizes a trait, okay, whether it's feminism or sensuality or love or depravity or just power, or violence. Now, why is there such an interplay between all these, symbolic traits? I just want to know,
See, as a storyteller, if you don't play with different kinds of emotions and characters, you're not telling a very brilliant story, right? So I wanted to, and also it came so naturally. All the characters, each character has a certain motivation behind them, and most of the characters are motivated by love. So, this big, passionate word called love, which is like transient. So anyway, like for example, there's the Yuna, who finds purpose in life because she becomes a mother, and she loves her son Vatsayan. Or there is Nayanthara, who's the servant-loving courtesan, who commits the most heinous crimes, but she does it for love. Or there is Ratnavati, the moon princess, who has to betray the man. She cannot love anybody else, the only man that she ever loves. She betrays him because she wants him to go ahead and live and write this book. And of course, there's Vatsayan, because his destiny, sort of like most men, is propelled by the women he loves, leaves. And about so what I wanted to do was, I thought depravity and sensuality are like two sides of the coin called sex, right? So I thought why there are characters who sort of float out, like a king who's a very bestial man, and there is his brother who's this kinky.
I love that track. It's my favorite. I love it. Okay, it's like I want to read it again actually. No, so let me just cut you right there. Now, the two principal female characters in the book, who are Nayanthara and Ratnavati, both of them are feminists, okay? And I do know that you've been greatly influenced by Anna Nin and Virginia Woolf. But I want to know, did you think that feminism existed in that time, 273 AD? Did you really think so?
See, they are all powerful women, but they are very flawed, like all of us.
Talk about yourself.
Okay. So, but they do what they think is right. And I think that is one of the strong principles of feminism, that you actually be who you are and do what you think is right. So, I just thought that I should, just go out of me. So, and of course I forgot what I was going to say.
It's okay, they also get to read your book. Let's just move on to, okay, so everyone knows, like you said, Kama Sutra is the most Googled word, and you know that Kama Sutra was all about the act of sex. But your book is about a lot of erotica.
Can I just cut you there one second?
You'll have to pay me, but yes.
I'll pay you. See, about feminism, I just want to add another point over here. This book was written at a time which is like a post-Vedic era, right? Where actually sages and learned men refused to acknowledge that a woman could orgasm. And I've written in the book that what could not be ejaculated did not exist. And here was this man who had his pulse on female desire. So according to me, Vatsayan is the first feminist of India. It just matched so beautifully.
It's an amazing sort of inference, and that's what you've given him. And I'm sure Vatsayan, wherever he is like thrilled right now. Okay, because he's been given a purpose.
See, Kama Sutra, if you see it on the
audience are listening. I'm sure they'll all grab a copy and read it tonight. But I'm just saying, her book has so much wonderfully imagined erotica, this stuff that I never thought was possible. Was there a lot of research that went into that part? Okay, I shouldn't be asking you this, but...
Okay, so, I've read a lot of Anna and Lynn in my 20s, and she's such an explosive writer that her words, even if she's writing one random scene about a car driving down the mountain lane, it just sort of explodes all your five senses. Vatsayan did write about sex. I'm sure he got a lot of it to write about it. I'm just a very imaginative writer, so like.
Alright, I like that. Okay. No, but for the rest, I think we'll have to, leave it to them. But I just want to end on one note that though we've talked about the female characters and feminism being the core thought of your book, I just think you also give your male character, and you don't, because your writing is feminist, you haven't really underplayed any of those, right?
I mean, I wrote like a man. It's about Vatsayan's life. So I guess, we all have a man and a woman inside us. I just found my yin and yang in this book.
And they have connected beautifully. So Jaya, I thank you for this small chat, and I'm sure if we give them any more, they will want to read it themselves. So I think
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.